Hi, this is Frances from Yoga Glow Studio. This is our first of 5 post-natal classes, so I hope you'll enjoy it. We're going to need a couple of blocks, or if you don't have blocks, you can just find some cushions for yourself, and that's it. And we're going to start lying down on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana or butterfly fold. So coming to lie down, you can just lower yourself down and then roll onto your back, and you can use your blocks or cushions underneath the legs, or you can just relax without any support at all if that feels comfortable. And just release the arms now and allow yourself just to settle in here. Softening the face, relax the mouth. Everything is relaxed and soft, just melting into the mat. And just bringing your awareness to the breath, noticing how you feel. So this is your precious time to connect to yourself. Nothing is more important than being here in this moment. So let go of everything else and allow yourself to go within to that place of inner quiet now. Good. So even though you're going to be working quite hard in this session, you can make it as relaxing and nurturing for yourself as possible. So when you're ready, I want you, and you can always keep the eyes closed if you want to. So we're going to just release the block or the cushion from the right leg if you had one. And we're just going to find a half happy baby pose. So you can bring the 2 peace fingers around the big toe or the outer edge of the foot or the ankle, wherever you can grab a hold of, and then just really pull that leg out and forward and breathe. Keep the lower back planted on the mat. You can always bring your left hand onto the left hip to keep yourself grounded. Good, and then from here we're just going to bring the left sole of the foot flat on the ground, so the knees pointing up, and cross the right ankle onto the left thigh just underneath the knee, and let's reach through and hold onto the back of the left thigh and just draw everything forward. So this is our reclined pigeon pose. Breathe here. Allowing the face to soften. Just enjoying this deep stretch into the right outer hip and the glutes. Good. And then keeping the legs exactly as they are in this shape, we're going to bring the right foot down to the ground, just in this shape. And you can bring your left hand anywhere on that right leg and bring the right arm out to the side. Just look over the right shoulder and then just relax here. So again, you can feel this very deep stretch in the right outer leg, getting into the IT band now. Just nestle the body down to the ground. Get as comfortable as you can. Very good. And then when you're ready, we are going to just lift up back to center. Good. And we'll take that same sequence to the second side. So just letting the right knee fall open to the side. So you have that sort of counterbalancing angle in the right leg. So the lower back, the hips stay even and stable. And then again, just pull on that left foot. Keep the breathing steady and rhythmic. Maybe your Ujjayi or oceanic breath. This is the breath which is in through the nose, out through the nose, and it's a bit like with the exhale that you're trying to fog up a mirror. So it's quite a forceful breath. You can definitely hear the breath. So just maybe trying that breath today is going to help you stay really anchored in the present moment. and also make sure that you're in your parasympathetic nervous system state, your rest, digest and heal mode. Good, so from here bring the right sole of the foot onto the mat. Let's cross the left ankle onto the right thigh now, reach through. Breathe here as you pull forward firmly. Just breathing into that lovely stretch. And then from here, keeping the legs in position, let's bring the left foot down over to the right side and hold on to that left leg, whatever you can hold on to. Just playing around with the angle in the leg. Good, so you can make your way back to center, and we're going to come into some pelvic floor exercises now. So I want you to, if you've got a block, you can bring it between the legs, but it's not necessary. So if you've got it, it will help a little bit with this action. So if you want to pause the video and find something that will work as a block, feel free to do that now. So when you're ready, we're going to just find that natural curve of the spine on the mat. So you should have a little gap under the back between the mat. And I want you just to bring the one hand onto the pubic bone. And I want you now to see about tilting the pelvis. So we're going to press the lower back to the mat and just tilt the pelvis forward. So pubic bone towards the rib cage. And then again, relax it. And you've got that natural gap on the mat between the back and the mat. And then again, just tilt the pelvis, navel to spine. Relax the belly again. Pelvic tilt, pubic bone towards the rib cage, squeeze and lift the pelvic floor. Okay, relax the belly. And again, find that tilt and squeeze and lift the pelvic floor. Squeeze the block if you've got it. Good, okay, so now we're going to really work this with the movement. Hopefully you've got the hang of that now. So release the arms to the ground. Inhale, relax belly. Exhale, pelvic tilt, squeeze the block, squeeze and lift pelvic floor. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze the block, squeeze and lift pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale to tilt, squeeze and lift, squeeze the block. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pelvic tilt, squeeze the block. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Good, and release. Well done. Good. We're going to come up into bridge from there. So doing the same thing, but then coming into bridge. Maybe bringing the hands a little bit lower down, palms facing up. Inhale, relax belly. Exhale, pelvic tilt, squeeze and lift all the way up into bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhale to ripple down. Inhale, relax belly. Exhale, pelvic tilt, squeezing and lifting up to bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, relax. Exhale, tilt pelvis, squeeze and lift, pressing through the feet, squeezing and lifting the glutes up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, let's lower down. Very good. Okay, so from here we're going to just release the block off to the side. We're going to bring the hands back behind the head, so just interlinking the hands, and we're going to work into the core now. So I want you just to lift up the legs, make it nice to just circle the ankles, and just engage navel to spine. When you're ready, let's inhale, squeeze and lift head and shoulders up. Exhale, hover the right leg. Inhale back. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Keep looking up. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. inhale, and exhale left. Inhale, exhale, breathe here, keep lifting everything up, and then releasing back down to the ground. Good, giving yourself a little hug in, a little rock from side to side, just remembering to follow your body, backing off if it feels too intense. So finding that perfect balance between effort and ease, being really mindful of your body in its recovery period. Good. So from here, we'll take a second set of core exercises. So knees directly over the hips, draw navel in, so core is already really engaged here. Left hand onto the thigh, just above the thigh, the hip flexor. Right arm comes up here. Inhale here, exhale, extend. Inhale back, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's 5. 5 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. And again, you can find a little bridge here just to stretch up the core muscles. So reach the fingers towards the heels, palms face out, and just squeeze and lift up. Just snuggling the shoulders a little bit closer underneath you. My microphone's in the way, so I can't go there, but if you can, just try and get the shoulders a little bit snuggled together, maybe interlink the hands underneath you, and just squeeze and lift the hips. Breathe into the center of the chest. And then when you're ready, very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, just lowering back down. Might feel nice to have a little hug in again. Good, and then let's come back, knees over the hips. Right hand onto the right hip this time. Sorry, right thigh just above the hip. Left arm up. Draw navel into spine. Inhale here. Exhale, left side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And release. Hug the knees in. A little rock from side to side on the lower back. Good. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind the knees, and you can rock and roll a few times on the spine to come up, or you can roll to one side to come up. You choose. Making your way up to a seat, maybe taking a sip of water. And we're just going to do a couple of breathing techniques here. So these breathing techniques come from the Kundalini Yoga tradition. They're really energizing. And we're working directly with the heart chakra. So all about compassion, love, there's elevated emotions. So the first one we're going to do is very simple. So it's just spinal circling, but linking it with the breath. So we're going to lean forward. You can join in whenever you're ready. I'll just show you now. Good, and back round the other way. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Just feeling that energy from the base of the spine lifting up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to take another one, which is also really beautiful for opening through the heart and releasing the shoulders. Really nice if you're breastfeeding a lot and you have stiffness, tightness in the upper body. So when you're ready, this is also in through the nose, out through the nose. Join in when you're ready. 5 more. Good. Deep breath in. Out the mouth. And again, inhale. And let go. Good. From here, just folding forward. Shaking the head gently out. Just allowing any effects of this breath to sink in. Noticing how you feel. Good. And then when you're ready, just making our way up. And bringing the hands onto the heart center one more time. Just connecting to yourself here. And just taking a moment to reflect on your life. Noticing what feels in balance, what feels out of balance. And if there is anything that feels a little bit off kilter or imbalanced, just noticing what that is. And seeing how perhaps you can lighten the load, find a little bit more sense of balance for yourself. So just focusing on that idea of balance in this session together and noticing what comes up around creating balance in the next day and days that follow our session together. So from here, blinking open the eyes again, we'll come into all fours. So finding yourself in your tabletop position, nice and aligned, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. Let's also engage the pelvic floor. So we're going to inhale, relax the belly and pelvic floor. And exhale, squeeze and lift pelvic floor. Tuck the tailbone under, push up between the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale to round and contract. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale to round and contract. Tuck the tailbone under, hug the belly in. Making your way to center, knees come together now. I want you to just reach that right leg back and reach the left arm forward. Notice how my leg is completely engaged through the whole leg, the glutes, as if I wanted to make an imprint on the wall behind me. And I'm reaching forward, belly lifts up. Inhale here. And exhale a little bit to the diagonal with the leg and the arm. Inhale, come back. Exhale, second side. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, diagonal out. Inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, out to the sides. Inhale, reach long. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, coming back to center, and we're just going to walk the hands forward. Just find a few hip circles here, just releasing the lower back. And then finding those circles the other way. Good, coming back to center now. We're going to walk the hands forward and the feet back and make your way into your first downward dog. We're just going to paddle out the legs left and right, bending and straightening the legs. Good, and then finding some stillness. You can keep your knees as bent as you need them to be. Just try and get the hips high, lengthen through the spine. Good, and we'll take 2 cleansing, letting go breaths here. So letting go of any stuck energy or emotion, letting go of tiredness. Let's inhale, exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale. Just let it go. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, travel up to the top of the mat. Inhale, however many steps it takes. Halfway lift, let's lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, palms to the heart. Just finding your Tadasana mountain pose, feet hip width or together, with the big toes together and about an inch between the heels, either one. And just breathe here. And we'll take a couple of rounds of sun salutations here, just nice, easy ones. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to dive forward, hinging at the hips, bending the knees as much as you need. Halfway lift. Exhale, let's step back into plank pose. And then lower the knees, chest, forehead down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, little baby cobra. And exhale, making your way back to downward dog, passing through table. Inhale here. Exhale, traveling up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, palms to the heart. Again, inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, back into plank. Lowering down, knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back to downward dog. Good. Maybe paddling out the legs again here. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to pick up the right leg, take a big inhale, and exhale, step up to the top of the mat. Good. So maybe walking the hands up the legs to find a little bit of balance here. Let's circle the arms up. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, see about cactusing the arms open. Inhale, come back. Exhale, palms to the heart. Good. And just notice if the balance was hard there, maybe bringing the feet a little bit wider apart, sinking the hips down. Let's try that again. Inhale up. Exhale to cactus. Inhale back. Exhale, the hands come down. We're going to drop the back knee down. Good. Plant the left hand. Reach the right arm up. Find a twist. Breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flex the back foot. Look forward, lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot up. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale. Let's take our flow back to downward dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale into plank. Lowering down, knees, chest, forehead. Baby cobra, inhale. Exhale, making your way back to downward dog. Good. When you're ready, let's inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Coming up into your high lunge. Finding that firm structure and base for yourself. And let's try that again. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus, open the arms. Inhale. Exhale again, opening up the heart space. Inhale back. Exhale, release down. Let's drop the right knee down. Bring the left arm up. And release down. Good. Stepping back. We're going to bring the knees wide. Just find a child's pose, balasana. Bringing the forehead down to the ground. Just allow yourself to soften and melt down to the earth. Good. When you're ready, making your way back up. We're just going to come down onto the belly now. lowering yourself down. Let's bring the right arm out at a 90-degree angle, so 90-degree angle in the arm. And then you're going to just press up through the left hand, come onto the right hip, and just lower yourself down. So right side of the face comes down. Play around with the angle. You should feel this in the front of the right shoulder and into the pectorals. And then see about just keeping a little bit of pressure into that left hand, bringing the left foot behind you. And you just keep rolling the weight onto that right shoulder. If it feels too much, you can just lessen the angle off a little bit. So just play around with it and then relax. And feel yourself just melting into the mat, completely relaxing, letting go. And when you're ready, we're going to just roll back onto the belly. You can bring that left leg out into a 90-degree angle. And we're going to just lift up through the hands, bring the right arm through, thread it through towards the left leg, and bring the right side of the face down. And then just bring the left arm back and open up. So finding a big twist here. And again, see if you can just relax through the whole body into the twist. If it feels a little bit too strong anywhere, you can always find a cushion under your left knee. Otherwise, just hold it here. Adjusting and adapting the poses you need for your own body. And then when you're ready, we're just going to come back over onto the belly. In between sides, just bring the forehead down, windshield wiper the legs from side to side, just to release the lower back. And then we'll come back. You can find that 90-degree angle in the left arm this time. Roll onto the left side. And see about just bringing the right foot back behind you and using your right hand to press into. So you're pressing into the right hand to keep rolling the weight back onto that left shoulder blade. Noticing if there's anything you can do to just sink down a little deeper and more comfortably into the mat. This is such a beautiful, opening, supportive posture for the shoulders. And the next one we do is a really nice deep spinal twist. Really nurturing for the back. And so much that we do as mums is asymmetrical, carrying, lifting, leaning forward. So really supporting the body, strengthening, and aligning the body whenever we can through our yoga. So let's roll back onto the belly, bringing the right leg out at a 90-degree angle, pressing up through the hands. Left arm reaches through to the right side. And again, let's open up the chest and find that big supine twist. Again, you can support under the knee with a block underneath the right knee if you need to. And when you're ready, just coming back to center, back to the belly. And we're just going to press ourselves up. And you can find an extra layer of clothing if you want to. Just make sure you're warm enough for little mini Shavasana. So when you're ready, just rolling down onto your back, bringing the legs a little bit wider than hip width apart, palms face up, just getting as comfortable as you possibly can, and then being still. And again, relaxing all the muscles in the face. You've worked hard, and this is your time to assimilate, absorb all the benefits. So definitely make the most of this opportunity to rest now. And when you're ready, of course, if you are able to stay a little bit longer, just stop the video now. But if you need to carry on with your day, just starting to deepen and lengthen the breath, finding some little circles in the wrists and arms, maybe a full body stretch, stretching through the fingers and toes. Then just rolling onto your right side, making a pillow for your head with your hand or your arm. Just resting here in this little fetal-like shape for a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, just using your outer hand to press yourself up, coming into a seated cross-legged position. And just bringing your hands onto your heart center. Feeling a sense of groundedness, connection. And just coming back to this idea of balance. Thinking about what things you can put into place in your own life to create a greater sense of balance. And we're just going to bring our hands together in prayer, pressing the palms lightly into each other. And just press the thumbs in between the eyebrows at your third eye center, seat of intuition. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be making the next video next week. Thank you.